The wind howls like a starving wolf denied its feast as the hunter ducks into his shelter of concrete and ruin. Snow was shaken off onto the rotten carpet below them, kicking off as much as possible as the outer layer of snow-soaked cloth was shed like a snake would shed its skin, draping it over the hearth to dry. Kneeling, they begin to light the fire, grunting in effort as they strain already exhausted arms to strike their flint and steel until finally a spark flies. A tiny speck of light and heat. A tiny speck of light and heat in a world of cold, like a lonely star adrift in the void. The spark, treated with care like a child, was nestled and nourished by scraps of cloth and paper. The green notes are useless for little else, serving only otherwise as memories of a world long dead. The fire finally lit. The hunter took a precious moment to sit and relish in the heat, their eyes gleaming in the dancing light as they allowed themselves to rest, feeling the burning aches of exhaustion finally beginning to subside. Warmth on their face, their bare skin. Memories flowed like melting snow. A great fire in the sky, the sun, a mountain, a fountain of life, heat and light for a world alive only in memory. Dreams of a better life were quickly smothered by the growling, biting feeling of hunger, like an ever-present beast inside, always craving more, clawing, growling, and eating away at the hunter from the inside. Another misery in this desolate land. Getting to work, taking their catch from this day, the hunter took a moment to observe their prey. So scrawny, so small. A life of another creature once living without the burden of knowing how dire the world had become. Its fur, drenched in snow, slowly melting away, was quickly divorced from its flesh, before becoming acquainted with the now bubbling, steaming fluids that was once snow within the pot. Flames danced and licked at its curves, as if hungering after the hunter's precious meal. As what little plants it might once call food joined the animal to cook and bubble. Was it really right to end this life? Was their existence somehow greater than this animal? Did it not, too, deserve to live out its days, for surviving the snow, the ice, and the cruel bastard son of nature the hunter's ancestors had sired with the mother of life? Was there even a place in this realm for such questions? Regardless, the hunter whispers a quiet thanks in broken words, unused in years and barely remembered. It was the least they could do for it. They admired their meal, but still an emptiness was felt. In a world where everything was valuable, the nostalgic comforts of an old creaking wooden chair have long since turned to firewood and cutlery discarded in some shelter far, far away left them, with merely their small cooking pot and the memories of these comforts. Still, they celebrated this meal, savoring every sip, every bite with black and dirty teeth into thin bones and gamey flesh. Wilted vegetables are soft like pasta, and broth faintly flavored with both. A pathetic feast for a pathetic creature. It fell empty beside the hunter as they savored this feeling flowing through them. The beast was satisfied finally, at rest inside of them, the ever-present cold warded off for a precious few moments as the fire died down, slowly turning to dimming coals. They only had a few minutes left. The wind had mercifully calmed down since they left its freezing embrace. They left the door open wide, ancient metal cracking and snapping under the weight as the balcony, barely sturdy enough to hold their weight, showed its age. They pushed aside the snow, getting their eyes to look over the world. Miles of towers, much like what they stood upon, covered the land. Eyes once full of glass stare back emotionally from them all, silently watching the hunter from afar, yet more distant, was simply nothing. The text from ages past told of fields of green, grass, trees, beautiful flowers. All memories from their childhood so faint, they may as well be mere dreams, all of it bathed by the dim, haunting light of stars. They wondered what this world would be like. If it changed so fast during their life, how will it change in years to come? Will it get better? By some wonder will life return? Future generations able to enjoy the grass, the trees and the flowers again? Or will it wear life down, like a stone rolling to and fro on the ocean floor, grinding down and down to nothingness as it's worn away? Maybe these little creatures survive somehow under the snow, creating mazes of tunnel below the ice to survive. Maybe they will inherit the world. That'd be the best for all. They were strong, innocent, small, but mighty. Whatever the future had for this place, it would pass without the hunter. Too long had they struggled. This exhaustion, this hunger, the struggle never ends. Suffering as far as the eye could see into the future. Finally rested they stood, fed and with a stomach full of warmth, like their own tiny sun. And they leaned forward and began to fall, their final moments finally comfortable, if only for a moment. They were going to die. But in this world they wanted to die by their own terms, with a warm meal in their stomach and the feeling of the wind in their hair.